In this session, we will be talking about Rmarkdown. Rmarkdown provides an authoring framework for you as an analyst. You can use a single Rmarkdown file to do two important things. Number one, you can save and execute the code that you have written. At the same time, you can generate a very high quality reports. You generate high quality reports that can be shared with me, with your audience, with anyone. Both the computing code and the narratives are the same documents, and the results are automatically generated from the source code. And Rmarkdown supports many, let's say dozens of static or dynamic output formats. So before we do anything, I would advise you to install two packages. Number one, I need you to install packages C. We have two of them. The first one is Rmarkdown, and the second one is going to be tiny text. Tiny text is the one that we are going to use to generate PDF output. So we need to have something called LaTeX, which is the language, mathematical language. So we want to install these two things. So now it tells me that, would you like to install these two? For me, I'm going to say no, because I have them already. So I'm going to say cancel. But in your case, you have to say okay, or it's going to be installed. After that, I would like you to do this. Tiny text, then install tiny text, then click on this one. For me, I'm going to say no, because I have it. So first you have to do these two tasks for your Rmarkdown to work perfectly well. Okay, now what we have to do to start an Rmarkdown, which is, again, it's the file that you're going to work on throughout the semester. So you choose from here Rmarkdown, or you can go to File, choose Open, New File, Rmarkdown, the same thing. Then you have to give it a name, okay? It's going to create a file, has an extension of the RMD. It's from File, New File, Rmarkdown. So you can give it a title. So it's let's say my first, this is the title of the paper, let's say my first project. Your author, the name, the dates, choose the first option, document. And for the default output format, I'm going to keep it HTML right now. Then we're going to change it to PDF later, okay? So now we have an Rmarkdown. Look at this, the place. Rmarkdown takes the place of the script file, right? Yeah, because this is going to play the role of the script. Not only the script, we're going to have the script, and we are going to have the narratives, the report, the words that we're going to write, okay? Once you open this is a template. You can delete all of this. Actually, I do not recommend delete everything. You can delete everything from here. We will be deleting everything from here, but we're going to have the metadata. We're going to keep the metadata, and we are going to keep the first chunk, R chunk, or code chunk. But the rest we can delete. We can create our own and customize our projects. But what we have to know first at the beginning, we have to look at three basic components of our Rmarkdown document. We have the metadata, and we have the text. This is text. All of this is text, and the code. So we have metadata, we have text, we have code. The metadata is always written between the pairs of three dashes, these and these. And one thing I want to say about this, that the indentation matters in this language. This uses a language called YAML. We will not be talking about this one. It's not our business. But the only thing that we may change, I mean, if you'd like to change the title, you can do so from here of your project. You can change the author, your name, but you have to keep the quotations. You can change the date. Also, you can change the HTML to PDF. Just type PDF here, then you will be fine. Sometimes there's no need to do this. You will see it when we generate a PDF file. So this is the metadata part. Now let's talk about the body of the documents. So this is the body of the documents. After the pairs of the three dashes, we will have our body. Excuse me. The syntax of the text, which is the narrative, is Markdown. There are two types. So this is the text. This is the text. Is the text that you're going to write. But we have two types of computer codes here. You have to know. The first type of code chunk, that starts with 3 backtick. This is not a quotation. Remember, this is not single quotation, single quote. It's a backtick. In my Mac keyboard, it's on the right, top left button. It's, it comes with a tilde, simple. So we have a code chunk that starts with 3 backticks and R, the letter R, between curly parentheses. R is the language that we're using. So we start 3 backticks, curly parentheses followed by R. Then we end the code by having another 3 backticks. We can write chunk options in the curly braces. So these are the chunk options. You can write the options here. Again, we're going to leave this right now. By the way, this is the first chunk is the major chunk that it contains something called global options. So the first chunk, we will not touch this one, we'll leave it. Okay, so I'm going to always go below this one. Always we're going to leave this as is, then we're going to create our own chunk. So if you try to create a chunk, let me try to create a chunk using Command Option I, or in your case you can use Control Alt I think. So this is a very basic code chunk. Starts by 3 backticks, curly braces, letter R. Then you can write the code in the middle, then you end your code by having another 3 backticks. The other way of writing a code, so we said we have 2 types, right? 2 types of computer code we can do here. The other one is going to be inline R code, the inline R code. The inline R code is something that's going to be within your text, which is very good. Sometimes you're going to use it. And this one starts with 1 backtick, followed by the letter R, then ended by a backtick. So you can write the code here. You can write your code here. Okay, let's say head, I don't know, let's say, we don't have anything here yet, so we will be practicing these. So you can write your code here between the lines, After you finish, so these are the 3 parts. After you finish your coding and writing the text, look at this. This is text. We have an inline code here. I've just added that one. Look at, for example, we have a web link. The web link is between 2 symbols, greater than, less than. Look at the word net. We have 2 stars before, 2 stars after. What does this mean? Let's see it. Then we have a code here, code chunk. We have something written here. Then we have code again. We have hashtags. I will explain the hashtags. Then we have another code chunk. Then we are done. So let's generate this report. Let's generate this report. So to generate the code, so we're going to go to net. You'll have options. You can net to HTML first. Before you do this, RStudio is going to ask you that you have to save this file. So we have to save it because it's untitled one, right? So let's save it. My first project. Now we have my first project, the extension RMD, Rmarkdown. Then we go to net to produce the report. Once you produce the report, you're going to have it here in the viewer. And you can see it outside the R. You can open a new window from here or view it in a new window. So let's open it, a new window. And let's compare the code with this report or something, or the page. Let's look at what we have here. So look at the top part, the title, author, date, output, the YAML, which is the top of our page. So it's going to be the top of our page. Then we have the global options. We don't see it because we don't know what this global option is doing right now. But anyway, we'll be talking about this. Then we have hashtags, 2 hashtags Rmarkdown. So it seems that the hashtags give you headers. So this is the second level of the header. This is header 2. After that, I have a code chunk, which is empty. So we don't see anything between the Rmarkdown and the text because I did not have any code here, right? Then we have the text. This is an Rmarkdown document. This is an Rmarkdown document. We have the little R here because we did not include any code here. So it just shows R. So I will delete this one and produce net again, HTML. And I'm going to have it here again. Okay. Look, the letter R has gone, right? So we have the text, then we have the link. The link is active because we have these 2 symbols here, right? Also, the other thing that you would notice is the net is bold. So that means, yes, if you use 2 asterisks before and after the word or the phrase, you have it bold. What if you used only one? What's going to happen? Try it yourself. After that, we have a code chunk. And what is inside the code chunk? We have summary cars. And we have summary cars. This is the code chunk. And we ran this summary cars. We got this. So actually, this is the run code from this one. If you run it from here, you can run the chunks from here, by the way. Run current chunk. You're going to get the same thing. Also, go down. You're going to see including plots. Again, it's a big, like a header, right? This is the second level of the headers. Then we have words. Then we have another code chunk. The code chunk has been implemented or executed. So we have a plot here. You can do it here. Just execute it here. We have it here. You can hide it, or you can close it. You can run again. You can hide it. So this is kind of report that you are going to submit in your homework, exams, projects, etc. What if you'd like to net a PDF, which is the case that we're going to do? Net to PDF. Now we have it as a PDF. Neat report, right? And look at the top now. This is important because we had net the report in two ways: HTML document, default, PDF document, default. And indentation is important. Look, they have at the same level here. We can keep them, that's fine. So you can save it, you can get back to it later. It's in files, say we saved it here. So it's my first project. Look at what we have knit. We have knitted two files. If you'd like to delete them, you can delete them. There's no need to keep them if you have not finished your final report, so you don't get confused. Or if you generate another one, it's going to be overwrite this one. And this is my first project. It's saved here, so you can start from here. You can double click this one. Or because we work with this chapter 2 project, then whenever you are left off, then when you get back, you can easily start from the place that you have left off. So this is everything about Rmarkdown, and this is going to be our reporting technique that we're going to follow in this class.